All I gotta say is trust the coin, baby.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Raidernation, it's your boy Samurai back at again with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the Raiders whooping that Dallas Cowboy candy ass all over Jerry World on Thanksgiving Day in front of the millions and millions of fans watching at home. Now, according to some reports, this was the most watched regular season game on any network since 1990, with over 38.5 million people watching at home. Now, you know I ain't capping when I say the millions and millions of fans are actually watching, because they did. And this just proves that the nation comes through for this team no matter what. Whether we win, whether we lose, we still gonna watch this team no matter how much they hurt us. Now, watching this game, the thing that I had in the back of my mind was whether this coin that we were all talking about leading up to this game was true or not. Just to see that the coin predicted us to win this game and next week's game, woo-hoo-wee, it's gonna be something up for debate. And so far, they came through and we beat the Cowboys. And man, right now, I told you guys before the game was I ain't gonna believe this coin unless we beat the Cowboys, and we did just that on Thursday night. I just don't know how to feel about that Chargers and Chiefs game, but at the end of the day, it has us going 10-7 going into the playoffs, so I'll take it. This coin could actually be onto something, and they were. So from now until the rest of the season, I'm gonna be following this coin as much as I love or hate it. But Raider Nation, do you guys believe in the coin now? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, enough of that coin talk. Let's get right into this game recap. So the Raiders came in and started off the game fast. Defensively, they forced a 3-and-out, and then on the offensive side of the ball, DC drove down the field and he connected with Desean Jackson down the field for a 56-yard touchdown. And shout out to D-Jax, he did not fumble this time. And the Raiders were up 7-0. Now the Cowboys would answer right back and score a touchdown of their own, but missed the extra point. So the Raiders were still up 7-6. One thing that really surprised me in this game was how much the referees actually gave us some calls in the game. I mean, the previous weeks, we barely got any calls, but we had a huge penalty which set us up for our second touchdown of the game, and Josh Jacobs went up the middle, scored the second touchdown, and we went up 14-6. In the second quarter, our tight end Darren Waller went down with an injury and was out for the rest of the game. Luckily enough for us, it wasn't that serious of an injury, and reports going around that he suffered a strained IT band in his left knee and could possibly return as soon as the Chiefs game. The Raiders and the Cowboys would go back and forth on the scoreboard, and at half, the Raiders would be leading this game 17-13. Now, I thought I was tripping during the halftime show because it looked like my boy Andre James' country ass was out there performing in front of the fans at Jerry World. I'm just fucking with y'all. I actually stole that joke from a guy in my chat. Shout out to my guy Oscar100. Now, coming out of the half, the Raiders got the ball first, and we were able to drive down the field up to the 1-yard line. And what do you know? They gave your boy, the flying Hawaiian, the throwing Samoan, my big oos, my cousin, Marcus Mariota, the reins, and he went in and got into the end zone to put us up 24-13. Funny thing about that score was just seeing my boy DC lined up against Trayvon Diggs wanting all the smoke. But unfortunately, it did not take the Cowgirls long enough to shut us up, because on the next kickoff, Tony Pollard returned that bitch all the way back 100 yards to the touchdown, and our offense had to go right back onto the field. Now, for the majority of the second half, the Raiders and Cowboys were going back and forth with field goals, and nothing really happened until the fourth quarter when things started heating up. We were up 30-22 at the time. Cowboys were able to drive down the field and tie the ball game up 30 apiece with the Dalton Schultz touchdown and a 2-point conversion. On the next drive, the Raiders drive down the field. Andre James gets called for a horrible false start penalty. I thought the referees were gonna sell us, but you know what? It's all good, because Daniel Carlson drilled his career high 56-yard field goal to put us up 33-30. But with the minute and some change, the Cowboys were able to drive down the field and kick a field goal, sending this game into overtime 33 apiece. I do want to give a bit of a shout out to our defense though for holding it down for the most part. Now, I know they gave up a lot of huge plays throughout this game, but when we needed them to stop the Cowboys and stop Dak Prescott from scoring a touchdown to win the game, they came through. And even Desmond Trufant, who surprisingly showed up on a couple of pass deflections, definitely helped us out on that last drive before we went into overtime. Now we go into overtime, and my boy Foster Moreau's out there calling the coin out in the air, and he says heads, and I'm like, what the fuck? You already know that tails never fails. And obviously the Cowboys get the ball first in overtime, and I was like, damn, this defense has got to go out there again. But hey, we ain't gotta worry too long because our defense came through, forced the Cowboys to go 3 and now. We get the ball right back. Shout out to my guy Anthony Brown for coming through with a huge PI penalty on 3rd and 18, giving us the first down, basically putting us in field goal range. And a couple of penalties later, Daniel Carlson comes through and hits the game winner and the Raiders win 36-33, baby. Now the Cowgirls, being the poor sports that they are, Tristan Hill sucker punches my dude John Simpson out of nowhere. Bro, you mad? But it's all good because my guy, Daniel Carlson, was enjoying that dry ass turkey leg on the field with that W, baby. Now, I do want to give a couple of game balls away to some players that really came through in this game, starting off with our kicker, Daniel Carlson. My boy was a big baller on Thanksgiving, man. He went 5 for 5 on field goals, 3 for 3 on extra points, with a total of 18 points, kicked a game winner, kicked a career long. My dude came through in a huge way, so shout out to my guy, Daniel Carlson. Now, another guy that came through in a big way was Hunter Renfrow. When we had no receivers out there, no number 1 wide receivers out there, this dude came through with 8 receptions for 134 yards and was our leading receiver in this game. Now, I cannot talk about receivers without bringing up our boy Desean Jackson, scoring the first touchdown of the game. And in this game, he did not have a variety of targets, but he did come through with 3 receptions for 102 yards and 1 huge ass touchdown. I also got to mention that Desean Jackson did come through on a couple of plays, getting some PI penalties. So hey, even when he wasn't getting the ball, my dude came through. Now, moving over to the defensive side of the ball, hey, I gotta give my kudos to Jonathan Abram. Even though he's suspect against the coverage, this dude is a tackling machine, and he was our leading tackler in this game with 10 total tackles. Now, another guy on the defensive side that I told you guys to keep an eye on my pregame preview was Yanik and Gaque, and man, this dude was a force to be reckoned with on the defensive side of the ball. And he came away with 2 tackles, 1 sack that really came up huge in this game, 1 tackle for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. Now, the last defensive player that I have was the most important defensive player on the field. And funny thing about it is, he wasn't even playing on our team. It's my guy, cornerback for the Dallas Cowgirls, Anthony Brown. Shout out to my guy. Woo woo! My guy came through in a huge way with 3 total tackles and 4 PI penalties, man. Let's all give it up to my guy, Anthony Brown. One of the MVPs to the game, but not quite our MVP. Without Anthony Brown, this game would have been a bit different.
In my back.
Finally, we back at it again with the My Neck and My Back play of the game. Now, I know that there was a lot of really good plays in this game that I could have easily given it to, but you know what? I gotta give it to my quarterback, DC, to our newest wide receiver, Desean Jackson, for that beautiful 56-yard touchdown. Roll the clip.
On Patrick Mahomes. Here's a first down pass play down the middle to go. And it's there.
Ready to go.
It's Desean Jackson tiptoeing for the touchdown.
My neck in my back.
Woo-wee, man. Shout out to Desean Jackson, man. That's the Desean Jackson that we all want to see out there. That's the type of plays that we want to see. And hopefully, as the weeks go on, DC and D-Jax can connect on more plays out there. It does suck that we don't have our former first-round pick out there, but you know what? Desean Jackson would do for the rest of the season. So shout out to DC and shout out to D-Jax for coming through and bringing that energy right out the gate.
MVP.
Now for my Turkey Day MVP, I had to go with none other than our quarterback, Derek Carr. With everybody talking about Derek Carr, with all the scrutiny that he's been getting, and with his poor play that he's been showing us the past 3 weeks, he came through, bounced back in this game against the Dallas Cowboys, a team that nobody thought we would beat. He put this team on his back and he went out there and showed out. Went 24 for 39, 373 yards, and had only 1 touchdown, which I would say was one of the most electrifying touchdowns that I've seen on Thanksgiving Day. Now, a crazy stat that I did see in this game was that the Raiders are actually 6-0 when Derek Carr throws for 300 plus yards. Now, I did tell you guys in my pregame preview that since the bye week, Derek Carr has still yet to throw over 300 yards. So seeing him throw that in this game and take that W, I kind of believe it. Now, I don't want to hear anybody complain anymore that Derek Carr doesn't have weapons, because hey, it looked like he had weapons out there on Thanksgiving Day with 2 100-yard receivers out there. So hey, shout out to DC, shout out to this team for coming through in a huge way and getting that W against the Cowboys. And for all the fans out there trying to call me a fake fan out of all people, because I criticized Derek Carr and I said that we should move on from him after the season. That never meant that I hated Derek Carr, that I don't support him, because I've been on record, and even in those videos, I could even pull up those receipts. I've said that I want Derek Carr to finish out the season through all the highs and all the lows, but I feel like this organization is too dysfunctional for him and he should move on. But at the end of the day, I'm sure whether you're a Derek Carr hater or a Derek Carr lover, we are just happy that he came through and balled out, because when he's high, and when he's low, he's really low. So we just hope that he could come through with that consistency, and if he can lead this team into the playoffs and even more, then hey, we could start talking about him coming back next season. But with that being said, shout out to DC for being our Turkey Day MVP. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. We are on the verge of 35,000 subscribers, so help your boy out. With that being said, until the next video, this your boy Samoan Raider, and your boy is, yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.